Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Exciting day today because I was able to find some really cool toys that my partner bought for me some years ago. Today is the day I finally decide to open these. These here are the McFarlane toys, the Simpsons Movie Mayhem set based on the Simpsons movie from 2007. She bought these for me for Christmas a good few years ago now, and I've had them on display just in their boxes, had them hung up on my walls. I really wanted to get them out of the packages for years now, but I just didn't have the display area for them. But over the past year, I was lucky enough to find some really great World of Springfield toys, and it kind of put me back in the Simpsons toys mood. It's the full set of the family. McFarlane Toys also release a line of diorama displays from scenes based around the movie, as well as a couple of other set releases based on scenes from the series. There's also a couple of really cool looking Treehouse of Horror display items. I've had these for quite a few years now. You can see the amount of dust on display here at the top. My nostalgia for these comes in the form of the 2007 marketing giant that was the Simpsons movie. America's Favorite Family was just marketed around everything, and specifically, I remember these coming in the form of Gachapon machine toys. There was this little collection of capsule-like toys releasing when I was a kid that's literally just this scene but micro, so seeing it now in a larger, more detailed scale just looks really great. McFarlane boxes were always the same for these movie-based products. Square box, we have an image of the character on the front, a price sticker showing that this was only $15 at Best Buy originally. These naturally cost a lot more nowadays in a sealed condition. Homer details that he has some sounds. They all make sounds, and down below we can see the family as a full complete set. The bases can all connect together. The back of the box has a lot of information to cover, a nostalgic thing of older toys that I miss today. We have all sorts of cool information here. For starters, we can see the movie logo and the toys interlocked here. We also see some other sets here released at the time, like Homer and the Spider-Pig sequence and the Jabbity Jabbity Jab 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 gag. Some pretty cool features that I like to see here are what appears to be artwork of the storyboards for when Homer is ranting at the beginning of the film. We also have a couple of did you know facts for some behind the scenes stuff of the world of The Simpsons, and we also have a little advertisement down there of Burger King. Simpsons was huge into food marketing. The other figures all feature the exact same designs, including the back of the boxes. We'll cover them anyway though. Bart here is shown sitting and cackling, but his toy is shown as standing. Lisa has been paired with Maggie here, but only Maggie is shown on the box. And you can see the price here on this figure was cheaper at some stage at a different store compared to the others. Marge here on the box is shown as crying at the movie, whereas the figure is showing embarrassment. Pretty cool stuff. Let's just get these things open. Here they are out of their boxes. They can't really function without being displayed, so I've just gone ahead and actually set them all up here. 5 family members in just 4 figure releases, which does make things easier on the wallet, at least at the time of course. It's crazy to think that these were released 17 years ago now. They all practically function the same with some minor differences between them. We'll take a look at Homer first, who is my personal favorite member of the family. Homer is shown as gouging on popcorn at the movie. We can break down the set into 3 different pieces. We have the base, the figure, and the cinema chair. A pretty detailed looking Homer, though not without a few issues. I'm very nostalgic of this 2D to 3D style of the 2000s merchandising that was going on at the time. The new EA game was releasing around the same time, I think, and I had all the Burger King toys as well. I was Simpsons obsessed when I was a kid. His expression's rather strange. I think it's supposed to be matching the box art here. He's laughing at whatever's on the screen while he's eating, but the expression in the toy just looks really weird to me. From some angles, he looks really pissed. To my surprise, the toys actually do have a little bit of articulation. It is also very minor, so I wonder why they even bothered. Homer can move his head, and that's actually about it. The other figures do feature a little bit more, but part of me thinks that this was so that they could technically be labeled as an action figure or something. McFarlane toys of this era were mostly just statue-esque diorama display pieces rather than an actual action figure like a Hasbro toy. I'm not complaining though, I have always loved these kinds of releases. The chair's rather simple in its design, the same base piece for all of the figures really. It feels pretty hollowed out here as well. All of the family members feature some points for connecting the pegs onto their displays, and they're all really secured once they're actually all set up. And now the bases are also pretty similar for all of the family members. The differences are the food decorations on the ground. Here we can see a bag of popcorn and some gaps for the chair to clip into. Speaker on the bottom there for the voice line. Homer's chair here can clip in. It's pretty tricky. I think it might just be an age thing. Once it's been connected, it is held in place quite well. Those tiny capsule toys that I mentioned earlier, I remember this being a pretty big problem with those. Figures wouldn't stay in the seats, and the seats could come away from the base quite easily. Now taking a look at the underside, we're going to go get some batteries here for the voice lines. Yeah, talking Simpsons toys really did seem to be all the rage back in the day. Homer's lines here sound like this.
Can't believe we're paying to see something we get on TV for free. Boring. If you ask me, everybody in this theater is a giant sucker. Especially you.
They appear to all be lines from the start of the movie which may have been used in trailer footage, just 3 lines, and the sound quality is low because I'm assuming it's taken straight from the movie. Taking Homer away, it's now time to take a look at Bart. The Bart figure is pretty cool, it's easily the most unique figure of the lot. Makes sense too given how popular Bart was in the world of merchandising at the time. Bart looks rather scary to me in this style, the strokes are a lot more defined than I would have originally thought, and it makes him look rather deranged. Unlike Homer, Bart features some surprising movements here. We have head rotates, but also some arm movements here as well. Not much is achieved here though, so again, I have to really wonder what the point was. Bart's display features popcorn like his old man's, but also a candy bar down below, and the chair has been folded up. This is my reminder that some cinema chains in America have these kinds of uncomfortable chairs. I love the small details like the gum under the seats there. Bart's able to be placed on the ground here, and the gum that's stuck to his shoe connects to the other slot there on the ground. Giving him those batteries, we can now hear his fancy lines, but I am a bit disappointed here.
How sweet it is! Whoa, that's good squishy.
It sounds like Bart just seems to quote the show. I think the laugh was from the movie when he's working on the roof with Homer, but the "how sweet it is" and the "that's good squishy" lines are definitely from the TV show. And now we move on to Marge, another interesting figure here. She immediately has the addition of including an accessory both on her person and in her surroundings. I love the molding she shows off here, like the creases on her clothes, and she includes a program which is just a paper-like material that slips into her hand like so. She's able to hide from embarrassment here. She also has the option of moving her other arm out in front of her face, where it now appears as though she's hiding behind herself, but placing her arm on the lap it looks like she's just fidgeting. Really cool small details there. Marge's base is the same one as the others really. We've got some popcorn kernels and some candy bars, but she also has her handbag here, which is a rubber-like material that cannot be removed from this base. It makes her stand out like Bart with something rather unique compared to the others. Battery time now for her lines of dialogue, and they're pretty generic for Marge actually.
I don't know, homie. Homer Simpson! I don't know, homie.
These could honestly both just come from the show and or movie, but she also only features 2 lines, which is disappointing. Our final figure to look at here now is Lisa and Maggie, who come as a duo. 2 well-crafted figures is pretty cool, and both featuring very different types of designs as well. Lisa, like the others, is locked into her sitting pose. She is shown reading the Iliad while attending a screening, which is insane behavior. She can move her head, and that's about all she has to offer us. The same easy connection as the other members for the seat. She just sits in there like so, and the base is now waiting. Maggie has one of the more unique body molds here because this could pretty much be used for a general Maggie outside of this scene. She has a connect shape in her body, which is a very specific shape though, so she cannot be connected to the chair. Maggie instead needs to be connected to the floor here first, and then Lisa and her chair can be placed on top of her. Maggie is shown to be crawling around towards the donut, which I think is the most unique item here for the bases compared to those other figures. We also have a really nice looking empty drink and a candy bar. It's yet another really cool set to make up. The lines of dialogue here might be the weakest of the bunch. Lisa has a line from the movie, and Maggie makes her pacifier noise, and that's about it.
I don't know if you guys should be talking so loud.
They both have the least amount of voice lines here. Now the set also included these pegs here, which you can use to connect all of the bases together. The thing is though, I had a feeling that this would be the case. They're pretty rubbish at connecting actually. They fall out very easily, so even once the figures are linked together, they will still come apart without any effort. So for my displays, I actually just chose to have them without the connectors locked into place. It's similar to how the capsule toys worked back in the day. The connectors here allow you to have display options though if you don't want to have them posed the same way that the box art tells you to, which I do really appreciate. You can change up the order like so and have your own display since all of the connectors are the same piece anyway. Overall, the figures don't do too much, but they do make a really nice complete display piece, especially because I managed to find those Playmates World of Springfield toys last year. I like having these figures out as a special little set to go with my movies collection rather than my toys collection. I'll always be on the hunt for more Simpsons related goods. I kinda missed out on this when I was younger. NZ didn't really have a whole lot of Simpsons merchandising made available to us. Case in point, apparently there's a brand new Simpsons toy line that's out, and NZ doesn't seem to be stocking these periods, so wish me luck on acquiring some of them, possibly for the future. I'd love to make videos on those as well. Thank you for watching everyone, I do hope to see you all next time.